Dallas, Texas, 9th largest city in the U.S. and home to some mighty big collections.
Where do you start?
Welcome to the clock room.
So what did you have to pay for it?
If I say, my mom will kill me.
I live for moments like this.
You ever been handcuffed? Well, now if I start twisting...
Oh, man, that hurts.
I'm going to tell these 4 collectors what their investment is really worth.
Really?
I wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
I'm Andrew Zagers. I collect and appraise for a living. I'm on a mission to find incredible collections and uncover their hidden values. This is Extreme Collectors.
I'm in Dallas, Texas. Around here, bigger is better. It's only fitting I'm on my way to see a huge collection of action figures. Steve is a hardcore toy fan. He's taking collecting to a whole new level. He's got thousands of them. Steve?
Andrew.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Man, this is insanity.
It's a lot to take in.
It's a lot to take in?
30 years of collecting, and this is what it's come to. The first toys I ever started collecting were Star Wars figures. My mom got me the Bespin Luke Skywalker figure when I was in preschool. And from there, it never ended. 2 floors and at least 6 rooms.
6 rooms.
Full.
Do the neighbors know what's in here?
No, I think if they did, they'd probably think I was nuts.
Guaranteed, they're going to think you're crazy.
I threw a little bit of extra blood on them to make it look more realistic.
Ah! Love it. Welcome to my. Do you ever intend to grow up, or this
my
is
mom
forever?
would probably prefer that, but no, I'm probably at this stage in my life. Now this is it.
Does she visit?
Not very often. Only when she has to.
Oh, Star Trek. Awesome. And
of course, this is a replica of the captain's chair from the original Star Trek.
what did you have to pay for this?
Well, when they first came out, they were about $2,500, and I think they're upwards of $7,000, $8,000, probably up to $10,000 now.
Man, you must have hours of fun in here. Star Trek memorabilia is always a hot collectible. That's because it doesn't just appeal to Trekkies, but also TV fans and sci-fi collectors. Oh man, there's more. In all this stuff, 5,500 items. What's your most valuable item?
Well, I don't show this to a lot of people, but this here is first appearance of Captain America from 1941. Him punching Hitler in the face.
That's absolutely incredible.
And as far as I know, this is the only one that's verified to be signed by Joe Simon, who's the original creator of Captain America, who's now passed away.
And the infamous Stan Lee. Awesome. What did you have to pay for it?
If I say, my mom will kill me.
Well, so, say it quietly.
$15,000.
$15,000? That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
What do you think it's worth?
I honestly not sure.
I want to make a phone call on this.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
This comic book, this could be a gold mine. I'm going to give Keith a call. He is an expert on all things comic book. Hey, Keith, it's Andrew calling.
Andrew!
Listen, I'm in town doing an appraisal. I just came across Captain America #1.
What's on the cover?
Captain America punching Hitler in the face.
Captain America #1 in near mint is worth $250,000.
$250,000?
You gotta tell me where you're at. I gotta come down and see this thing.
My friend Keith's appraisal on Steve's Captain America #1 comic could really increase the value of his collection. But first, I've got a lead on a collection that's a true slice of Americana. I'm off to see Donna. I hear she's got a Texas-sized Coca-Cola collection. This should be fun.
Yeehaw!
Donna?
Andrew?
In the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure's mine.
Come on in.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, my goodness, look
Here you
at it.
go. Welcome to my favorite room in the house.
Oh, this is spectacular.
Thanks.
Ah!
Ah, I know.
Where do you start?
The house is covered with Coke. It's not out of control yet. Could be, but not.
As a collectible, Coke really holds its value. That's what makes it a great investment for collectors. So you love it. How long have you been collecting?
28 years.
28 years.
28 years, yes.
Why did you start? Why Coke?
Look at it. How can you not collect Coke? It's just an American icon, you know. It's just perfect. I can't imagine collecting anything else. This is what happens. It's the hunt. The heart starts going.
Fluttering heart.
Move over. It's mine.
There's easily 5 or 6 things here that I've never seen. Look at that.
Isn't that a fun piece? When the jukebox is going, she's a dancing.
I love it. 1,100 items, give or take. Have you ever contemplated what you've spent over the 28 years?
Yes.
And you do know?
Yes. Don't tell my husband, but I think I've probably spent $75,000-$100,000.
I want to go through it slowly but surely and tell you what it's worth.
Okay.
You like that?
Game on.
Game on. Oh, I
Game
love
on.
it.
Donna thinks she has a good idea what her collection is worth. Let's just see if she's on the money.
1.5 walls, $43,000. This really caught my eye. This is a 1/10 replica of a salesman's sample ice cooler. Original bottle opener, mint condition. It's got original paper booklets inside. Look at that. Value this, $1,500. These cardboard signs, 1940s and 50s, the pride of Donna's collection. Most of hers are in excellent condition. Individually, $700 to $1,200. Donna owns 25 of them for $25,000. Do you want to know what this whole collection is worth?
I do, but I'm nervous.
I have about 200 clocks.
I live for moments like this.
Dallas is an appraiser's dream. Steve has a Captain America #1 that may be worth $250,000.
That's incredible.
A second appraisal will seal the deal.
I gotta come down and see this thing.
This is spectacular.
Donna's a pretty savvy collector, but I think my total is going to surprise her.
I love it. Well, look, you've built a great collection. I've seen lots of collections. You've got some very cool stuff. Do you want to know what your whole collection's worth?
Oh, I do, but I'm nervous. I don't know.
30 years of collecting, your entire assembled collection
Okay.
is valued at $278,000.
Really?
Yes. You're
Wow.
speechless.
Yeah. Now if I could just get that money to buy that much more, that'd be awesome. His number of $278,000 is a very happy number. It helps substantiate why you spend what you spend. It's just a passion. It's like just when you think you've seen everything, there's something else out there. So it's endless.
I'm following a lead on a clock collector. Better yet, this guy's a clock maker. It means he really knows his stuff. There should be some fabulous finds up ahead.
Hey, I'm Andrew. How are you?
Andrew? Yes, Richard. How are you, sir?
Pleasure's mine. Good to meet you, man.
Yes, Andrew. Come right in. Welcome to the clock room.
Wow.
I have about 200 clocks.
I love the sound. It's loud and peaceful all at the same time. I've never seen a room of clocks like this.
Oh, thank you. When it comes time to dust, there's too many. Or clean the glasses. But when you got their little glasses clean, their little faces are smiling. They're all happy.
good for you.
Yeah. I've been collecting clocks since the mid-'70s. I like any kind of clocks. Time really doesn't matter. I've always liked them. Looking in there and seeing the mechanics and seeing the gears turn because I'm mechanically inclined. That's the fascination of it all. I collect all kinds of clocks. I've got Austrian, French, German clocks over here. Can't have too many of them.
That's spectacular. We just passed one of those. How many of those have you got?
There's two in this room, and I've got a French one in the other room. This is Diana, and the second one over here is Huntress. And these are made by the Ansonia Clock Company, around 1880s.
These clocks are pretty incredible and highly collectible. Because of their pristine condition, this pair's worth easily $12,000. These are truly, truly spectacular.
Sometimes my wife says I'm a hoarder, but Hoarders just want everything, and they don't ever play with it, with clocks I play with and run them, because they were made to work.
Look at some of these things.
Yeah.
Can I handle one of these?
You betcha.
Look at this little gem. I live for moments like this. What do you know about this?
Well, not a lot. We've always wondered whether it was bone or whether it was ivory.
I think it's not only ivory, but it's Canadian ivory. So that's quite likely. It could be walrus tusk.
Oh.
You know? So you've got...
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. So, yeah, it only has one hand. And, of course, you know why that is.
Oh, yes, they only counted hours. They didn't count minutes.
Didn't need to, right?
Yeah, like where were you going?
Well, this is 30,000 plus for this little gem.
Ooh, that's, that's very interesting.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Could you tell me what you think this whole collection's worth?
I've always expected around 200,000.
$200,000 for this collection? Richard is way off. I'm betting it's going to come in at much higher.
You know what I love about this? I love folk art. I love polychrome paint. I love clocks. Value? This kind of condition? $4,500. So excited. I get to touch it. I'm so nervous. I'm sweating. Ladies, desktop inkstand with the clock attached. Beautiful porcelain. And even the bottom, beautifully decorated. This kind of quality, this means money. I value this set $25,000. You're a clockmaker, a clock collector.
Yeah.
You're probably on time almost everywhere you go.
No, I'm a just-in-time guy.
Well,
yeah.
You've got some very, very special pieces. This whole collection, 200 plus clocks. Total value for your whole collection, $596,000.
Wow. What's that, a yeehaw moment? Yeehaw. Life is wonderful. It's really exciting to realize there's value in something that you love so much. My clocks are like my fingers and toes. They're just a part of me.
Captain America #1, 1941. I can barely breathe right now. I might hyperventilate.
Have you ever been handcuffed?
I'm not telling.
And then twist, and then I would say, come along.
Oh, man, that hurts.
I'm in Dallas, where I've seen some amazing stuff.
Where do you start? I live for moments like this.
I still have to meet with Keith, my comic book expert, to give Steve the final value on his collection.
Awesome. What did you have to pay for it?
$15,000.
But first, there's one more collection I just have to see.
I got a tip this morning on a Harry Houdini collection that's got to be seen to be believed. If it's Houdini, it's valuable and it's rare. Hey, I'm Andrew.
Hello, I'm Arthur. Here to see the Houdini collection.
Houdini, my man of mystery.
Let's go see. Should be something you'll like.
Oh,
This is it. Come on in.
what a magical space.
Cool stuff.
Oh, it's very cool stuff. Incredible library.
There's a little bit of a lot of things.
Just a little bit of a lot of things.
When I was 14, I read a book in the 7th grade. It was about Houdini, and it was just amazing to me. He was Harry Houdini 24 hours a day. He was never off. For him, it wasn't an act. He was who he was.
Pow.
Wow, that's a straitjacket, leather and canvas. That would have been Houdini's.
These are steel buckles.
Mm-hmm.
It's thicker than harness leather by the looks of it.
It's heavier than your belt. Houdini really had to get out of these. You imagine being draped on you and all locked up, and
No.
then you're typically hung upside down from a flagpole. It has a value on its own, probably $35,000 to $45,000. That's a lot to be locked up in.
Okay, I said I wouldn't try it. Maybe I'll try it. If I can get out, who's
You can
paying?
get out, you can take it home with you, but it's not a bet I would take. Houdini was an amazing man, both with his magic and his ability to accept challenges from the public on an everyday basis and to escape every day from whatever would be brought to him.
This is all handcuffs, chains, keys.
Yes. So all these different cuffs are from Houdini's collection. Let me show you, this one's pretty interesting. Have you ever been handcuffed?
I'm not telling.
Well, let's try. Let me just put this on you and then twist, and then I would say, come along.
Oh, I can get out of that.
You
Hang
can
on.
tell, no, if
Oh,
I start
I
twisting.
can. Oh, man, that hurts. That is incredible.
Most of the collection came through Houdini's brother, who was also a magician, Hardeen. And so basically it's only changed hands twice.
I'm at a loss for words. It's stunning. Well, let's see what you've got upstairs.
This is the good stuff.
Oh, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
Yes, you are. A monogrammed pajama pocket he was wearing when he died.
Safe just the square.
Just the
Where's
pocket.
the rest of the pajamas?
Everybody asks. I have no idea. I wasn't there.
Unbelievable. I heard about this, and nobody in my end of the world knew who ended up with it.
It
now
was me.
Now I get to hold it.
You know, this is the holy grail type of personal effects from Houdini himself.
The thing I'm really knocked out by is how beautifully put together this collection is. For Arthur, it's not just about the hunt, it's about creating these fantastic displays. What have you got invested in this?
Probably about $500,000.
So $500,000 invested. What do you think it's worth?
Probably $750,000, $800,000.
I'm going to go through this entire collection, and I'm going to tell you what it's worth.
Arthur has invested $500,000 and thinks his collection is worth $750,000. I have a suspicion it'll be worth much more.
In the 1920s, Houdini produced an entire library of slides debunking the great spiritualists of the time. They are absolutely incredible and really, really rare. This set worth $25,000. If you want to build a great collection, be on the lookout for the rarest of the rare. This is a 1926 Houdini sidewalk sign. It's one of only 2 known to exist. David Copperfield owns the other one. This is in fabulous condition. Original paper label on the back. I value this sign at $80,000. Your whole collection is historically important. I think you realize that. I think that's how you've assembled it. You've really curated a one-of-a-kind collection. Total value, your entire collection, $1.2 million.
Wow, I was not expecting that figure at all. It's quite a rush. It's a big number.
It's a very big number.
For all the work over the years, I wasn't expecting that at all. It's a fun number. It vindicates all the time spent collecting. It's a lot of work, but it makes it sort of like the cherry on top of the milkshake.
Captain America #1, 1941. This is the real deal, man.
The real deal. The whole collection is worth
Steve's action figure collection is one of the best I've ever seen, with some very rare items.
No, seriously, are you insane?
Especially his Captain America #1 comic book.
What did you have to pay for it?
$15,000.
But I need some help before I can give Steve a final value. So I've asked comic book expert Keith Colvin to lend a hand.
Captain America #1, 1941. This is the real deal, man.
The real deal.
As a comic collector for 40 years, I get the call all the time, and they always have an old comic, a rare comic, but it ends up never panning out. So for someone to have a real deal, and it's what I live for, this is the first time I've ever held one in my hands.
How's the heart going? Is it pumping a little?
I can barely breathe right now. I might hyperventilate. Got a paper bag anywhere? Someone did well with this book. Incredible find.
So what's it worth? What can I tell him?
Well, the thing that kills the book is it's restored. A restored book gets usually 1/10 of what the unrestoreds get.
Right.
But then the wild card you throw in with 2 comic legends signing the book. You could start at $75,000 easy.
Hey, you told me $250,000.
Yeah, it is $250,000 in like near mint, unrestored, been in the uncle's attic in Maine
So now it's $75,000.
because of the signatures and the importance of the book.
Restoring a comic book can mean anything from replacing a couple of staples to retouching the cover. It can improve the appearance, but it could also reduce the value by as much as 90%.
So I brought in Keith, he's a second appraiser, and we've had a look at the comic book together. One recently sold online in near mint condition for $250,000.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's had a little bit of restoration. What did you pay for the comic book?
I paid $15,000 for it.
Captain America #1 is worth $75,000.
Wow, hey, that's not bad. That's still a great investment. It was a big purchase for me. I was taking a gamble, but when I got it, I felt like I was holding a piece of the original U.S. Constitution.
I came, I saw, I played. This is a great collection.
Yeah, we definitely did that.
Total value for your whole collection when we add the comic in, $375,000.
Wow. Are you serious?
I am serious.
Wow. I had no idea.
That's a nice big number.
It is. My mom's been giving me crap about collecting since I was a little kid, wasting my money and all this. That makes me feel a little bit better. It's not all in vain. That's still a great number to hear.
Dallas was a really great ride. I met some serious collectors and got a close look at some extremely rare treasures. There's no doubt about it. When it comes to collecting, there's always something new to look at.
Let's see what you can do.
Well, how hard can this possibly be?
Pretty hard. Oh, look at you. You really are doing a good job.
Go over the back. Do this.
There you go. I knew you could do it.